everybody.
Yo.
This is Lucas from Old Games 1000.
And Rich, BFG 69K.
And today we're here to talk to you about Goldeneye. Quite possibly one of the greatest video games ever created.
It's pretty darn good. We just played some of that ourselves, as is tradition. We usually do first to three, but we play sets of different levels and see who's the best for the day and who are the best today.
And we're here today to pretty much show off some of our memories of the game, and especially Rich, because he had it like pretty close to release and everything.
Yeah, I think it was 90. I think it came out in 97 in July maybe, and I got it for Christmas that year. But one of my neighbors, my friends growing up, had it, and I used to play it all the time over there. The game was great, especially when it came out. It was, if you weren't a PC kid, which luckily I had a PC, so I played Doom and Wolfenstein and all that stuff. But if you weren't a PC person, you could play an FPS really for the first time. And yeah, Goldeneye, as far as I was concerned when it came out, it was the best game ever.
Right.
I used to play Goldeneye with your brother, and he was really good. He would always beat me and my brother. Almost always, I would say.
Yeah.
And then we used to, like, when you were old enough to hold the controller, you would just, like, basically get beat on by us. Like, you were just a non-factor.
Yeah.
But, I
was like fodder for all the other players.
But you definitely stuck with it, and the joke is on us now because you just crush us.
Yeah.
Pretty often.
I guess it's in my brother's blood to be good at Goldeneye.
Oh, yeah. It's in your genes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my memories with the game. I would always get crushed by everyone else as a kid, and now I'm the one who's crushing everyone. So
applying the beatdowns.
I always believe that if it's the same thing with like chess. I always used to get beat in chess, and now I'm really good at chess because I took all those beatings and now I can beat everyone else at it. And it's the same with Goldeneye, really. Pretty much. If you get beat at it enough, you'll realize what the other players are doing good, and you'll start applying your knowledge and saying, hey, I can do that too, and you'll eventually get really good, and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, the single player, you can talk about that forever too, but it wasn't really my thing. I mean, everybody who had that game, when you were a kid, what else you have to do? You played the crap out of it. I played all the single player stuff a lot, but multiplayer is where it's at.
Yeah, and it's actually funny because the multiplayer was actually not in the original game.
Oh wow!
It was just added as like some other feature, and so that's pretty cool that it turned out to be really what we're remembering this game almost 20 years later.
That 4-player split screen first person shooter on a console was like mind blowing at the time.
Yeah.
And it's funny that it still holds up, but to me, for none of the right reasons, but it doesn't matter because it's still so fun. And what I mean is, when it came out, you could forgive that the controls are kind of clunky for what it is. Like, I mean, by today's standards, the controls are terrible.
Right.
Like, with only one stick to either move or look, depending on how you had it set up.
Right.
And I know everybody used to use the original control scheme when it came out, the 1.1, but I switched over to 1.2, which is called Solitaire.
Right.
And that's where you use the
controller
right there, yeah. That's where you use the C buttons to actually move up, down, and then strafe left and strafe right, and you use the stick to look and aim and all that good stuff.
Right. And
it lets you sort of modernize the controls, but because you're using digital buttons to do your movement, it's still really clunky, so I've always felt like moving in this game is sort of like piloting a tank.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it fun because you're overcoming the controls and you just feel like a boss when you like execute everything according to your plan perfectly and you still get the kill. Like there's almost no better feeling in a game than that because you're overcoming so much because literally you're using a Nintendo controller, which is pretty crappy. I mean, it's sturdy. It's pretty iconic. I like the controller for this game, but I mean, I don't think of it as like a comfortable controller.
Right. But it's kind of once you master it, it takes us to a whole nother level. Playing it, and I think that's really when I got good at the game.
Oh, this control scheme.
Yeah, the control scheme. not the controller itself. And there's other third-party controllers that you can use, but really, only the pros use the original N64 controller.
Yeah, I like them. I like this game.
But yeah, nowadays when you go to I've never been to a tournament, but I know that in the world of competitive Goldeneye, as you would put it, players are using the C buttons to move around, and eventually, around in 2011 when we started hanging out like every weekend, that's when I switched over, and that's when I really got as good as you, and then eventually took it to the next level.
Yeah. Although one of my good friends, he still uses the default setting, and he's really good, and you can definitely make it work.
But that's the great thing about it, is you can play it the way that you want to. And who knows, maybe 10 years down the line, because we'll certainly still be playing this game, we might find out that another control scheme is actually even more godlike, although it's unlikely. But
you got to use like 4 different controllers. You got to use your feet so that you can get more precise aim. I just thought of something. Oh yeah, Goldeneye Source. I played Goldeneye on keyboard and mouse, and you would think it'd be great, but it's not. It
actually sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right because it goes back to like the tank feeling of overcoming the controls.
Certain maps stand out than others, of course, because some of them are actually really dark.
Yeah.
Especially for, I guess single player is fine, but in terms of multiplayer, there's definitely highlight maps as opposed to some of the single player maps for sure.
Yeah, I think Complex is probably the top map that we play.
Yeah.
But it's fast paced. It kind of, to me, it's almost like it's more of like a Quake level than a Goldeneye level.
Right.
And that's why it's cool.
There's a lot of cool cheats too, like big head mode.
Oh yeah.
A lot of cool features that really make the game even more replayable if you want to have fun with friends. So
you got your no radar mode, you got your all that good stuff. Paintball mode, that was always a good time.
So this is my brother's original copy of Goldeneye 64.
I don't even know where mine is.
A lot of great memories, and as you can tell, the box is certainly used. That just goes to show how much you guys played it back in the day.
Dude, do you remember the gimmick with the box? People were saying that this gun here was the spider, because there was I remember in one of the previews for the game or something, it said picked up the spider. And then there was a rumor that you could use cheats and get this secret handgun. But I mean, unless somebody did it with a Game Shark, I don't think it ever really was possible to do. But I mean, I remember tons of stuff like that. People would use Game Shark to hack the crap out of this game. I remember, my claim to Goldeneye fame, and I don't think I even ever published it anywhere because I was 13 or 14 or something, but I was using Game Shark and I just basically mashed, I just made up a code, and I went and I didn't think anything worked because I just started up damn just to see what happened, and the camera pans in and zooms in on Bond, and I didn't realize anything was that special, but it was just Bond in a tux in the first level. The blue suit instead of the bunker jumpsuit. So I accidentally found a code that let you use that suit in random maps. It was kind of dumb, but I remember being pretty excited at the time.
A lot of cool stuff in Goldeneye, and a lot of great memories. And so that's why we just wanted to share our great times with this game. And it just goes to show that it's pretty much timeless, considering how they grew up with it.
Yep.
And pretty much I grew up with it, even though I wasn't really old enough to understand, and that's pretty much why I have all this. All this stuff is because it was influenced by my brother and my cousins, and Goldeneye is certainly one of those standout games that really we'll definitely be coming back to for years on end. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, play some Goldeneye.